Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel and welcome back to Vlogmas. So today I am heading to a winter wedding this morning and I'm going to show you how I get this hair and makeup, the bouncy curls and the winter makeup. So without further ado, let's crack on to the video. Okay, so I've got no makeup on, my hair is just as it is. We are completely bare and I'm actually going to start off by doing my hair. So I'm going to do them in Velcro rollers. These are the ones that I got from Primark. I think they were £4, so not expensive at all. I've only ever done this once before though, so fingers crossed that this still works, or it works out for me, because I feel like I see people on TikTok all the time doing these beautiful like bouncy blow dry style curls using rollers, and then when I do it, I mean, it worked out okay last time, so we'll see how it goes. So I'm gonna get my hair up and then the rollers can be setting in things as I'm doing my makeup. So what I'm actually gonna be using to curl the hair is the Mark Hill. This is the Pick and Mix wand. I had this base unit for years and years. I've had it for, I want to say like 5-6 years, and I recently bought this the top for it, which is the Glam Waver. Usually I just use like a fairly thick barrel, but this Glam Waver seems to give some really nice kind of waves, so we're going to try out with that. So I'm just going to turn it on and heat it up. While that's heating up, I'm just going to be priming my face. I've already done all of my skincare, so I'm just going to pop some primer on just so that can absorb. I'm using the Lisa Armstrong All About the Base Priming Moisturiser. I think this is one of the dupes that you can get at the Bobbi Brown face base. It definitely smells the same, and I really like it. I've been using it for quite a while. I kind of dabble between different products for things when in terms of like skincare. This is one that I definitely like, so I'm just going to pop that all over the skin, rub that in. I am using quite a bit of it just because we want our makeup to last all day, and if I'm doing my hair first, then it gives it plenty of time for it to absorb into my skin as I'm doing my hair. So that is all rubbed in. I'm looking nice and shiny. So I'm going to start with my fringe. So this is the part which is going to be framing my face. So I absolutely love when I see like really big kind of like curtain bang style fringes. So I'm going to try and get that. The only thing that I'm going to do differently to what you may see is a lot of people tend to blow dry theirs backwards, but I blow dry mine forwards because I don't know why, but I always seem to, whenever I try and do it backwards, I always seem to get these flicks that like flick out. I don't know, this is reminding me of like 2012 Jess, never mind. I'm gonna use my Glam Waver and then just pop that on and wrap it round. Oh, not burn myself in the process hopefully, and just give that a couple of seconds. We're not gonna do it for as long as I usually would but if I was like curling my hair. And then I'm just gonna grab one of the larger ones. I'm just gonna run it through my hair because it's a Velcro run, and I'm kind of almost giving it a bit of a brush. Make sure that the ends are tucked in, and then I'm gonna roll it under and really kind of push it up onto the top of my head there. And then I'm gonna grab a hair clip. I think these ones were from, I'm not sure, I actually got these in a Pretty Little Thing beauty box subscription, so I'm just using them, and I'm just gonna clip it in place just because with it being Velcro, my hair doesn't usually like stick to the Velcro thing, so I end up having to use clips anyway. So yeah, I'm just clipping that in, and then all of the ones now are gonna be going backwards on top of my head, or the ones on the side are gonna be going under. So I'm gonna grab the next section of hair, and I'm just gonna, this is the part which I feel gives you the volume. So you just grab a piece on top of your hair, completely ignore your parting, grab a piece like that, and then do the same with your waver, but I'm just gonna be waving it backwards like that. Give it a few seconds. I'm trying to do this without a mirror, which is really difficult, but hey ho. And then once that's had a couple of seconds, just catch the hair, grab another one of the large rollers, put it up to the top, make sure the ends are tucked in, and then roll it down. I kind of put my hands on the side of it just to make sure that it gets all of the hair in and it doesn't start kind of like flopping over to the side. And then I'm going to pop another clip in just at the bottom, at the back, just to make sure that it stays in place. If your hair sticks to the Velcro, then use that. But I'm just going to be using the clips just to make sure it gets in place. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do another one right at the back of my head. So like just there. So using this bit of hair is going to be a third roller. And again, it's going to keep the volume at the top of the head. And when they come out, it should be nice and big and bouncy, like so. So that's what the top of your hair should look like. And then I'm just basically going to do the same on the sides of the hair, working from the top downwards. And then I'm going to be rolling those ones under. So I'll show you one on this side, and then I'm just going to crack on with the rest of the hair. Curl this under. So then we're giving it the way that we want it to go, and then roll under and make sure you just get any kind of layers and things in and clip it in. And then I'm just going to go around. So I'm going to be using as many of the larger ones as possible, because these come, you get a large one and then you get 2 other size ones. So this one's like a medium one and then this one's a small one. I did use the small ones the first time I did this, and I only used them on like the bottom section of my hair, and they were just a bit too spirally. So I'm going to try and just use the medium sized ones if I can, but I'm just going to do the rest of my hair.
I watch you as you drive. Do you know I'm looking? And I can't help but smile. Do you know how much I love you? You put my favorite song on. I put my feet up, and we just sing along. And I can't help but feeling just loving.
Okay, so my hair is now all done. It is looking a little bit uneven kind of thingy wise, but it should even out. But that's what it looks like from the back. All in, some of the pieces I did end up curling upwards, just the ones kind of like these ones at the side, because I like them to go away from my face, and I didn't want it to be too kind of like on my face. So I did end up curling some of them upwards just so that they could go out, like outward curls. So we're going to move on to makeup now that my hair is just setting, and as you saw before, I've already primed my face, and I'm just going to be using this foundation. I did a review on this a few weeks ago. It's the Aldi dupe for the Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk foundation, and I absolutely love it. I wasn't sure at the time how long it would last, how long it would stay on my face and not look patchy and things. It lasted a long time. I think I put it on at like 9 o'clock in the morning, 10 o'clock that night. Still flawless. Obviously, I mean, I touch my face a bit, so like that's no different to what any other foundation would do. But in general, I am obsessed, and I am that obsessed that I am going to a wedding with it on. So if that doesn't tell you how good I think it is, I don't know what will. And then I'm just going to go in with my makeup sponge, just pop it all over. And to be honest, now that I've got a tan, it is matching a lot better than it did on the original video. One of my rollers is stuck to my jumper, there we go. Whereas last time it was a little bit wild because the colour match was slightly, well, quite a bit different, but we managed to work it out. But this looks like it is matching beautifully. Don't forget to lift your rollers and go under, because you don't want to pull your rollers out and there to be patches on your forehead. So make sure you get it all in the creases, right up to your hairline. And just really pat that in until it looks like it is blended in. Don't forget to get your neck as well, especially as I'm wearing a dress today, which is like not high neck. So you want to make sure you get down at the neckline to make sure you don't have that foundation line across your chin. That is what the foundation is looking like. It's quite good coverage actually. Next I'm just going in with my concealer. This one is so nearly finished. I really need a top up of this, but it is the Maybelline Eraser Multi-Use Concealer, and I just kind of use this as both a concealer and a highlight. So I just go under my eyes to conceal any bags, across my forehead, down my nose, on my chin, and then I just do some on my upper lip as well. And then if any, I've got a bit of acne scarring there, we'll just pop a couple of dots about just to get some extra coverage there, and then overall brighten up the face. And then I'm just going in with another makeup sponge and just blending that in. Next I'm just going in with a cream bronzer. So this is the Barry M Flawless Chisel Cheeks Contour Cream. Now I'm a fairly recent convert to cream contour. I used to just use powder, but since I've started using this, I can't stop. So yeah, I'm going down my cheekbones like there, and then I like to also go down the sides of my nose like that, on the bottom, and then I do a little bit under there just to kind of disguise that double chin, you know, and then also a couple of bits up here. And then that's all I really do for contour in terms of bronzer. And then I'm just going to use a different side of this sponge, so this side but kind of like on the like round bit, and go in and just pat that in and blend it out. The reason why I contour my nose is not because I feel like my nose needs to change shape. I just like how it looks. I feel like it just brings together the makeup look and makes it look a bit more kind of chiseled, I guess. I don't know, because I feel like makeup trends change all the time. 5-6 years ago nobody was contouring the nose. Like how did contouring your nose become a thing? And I'm just, with the under one, I just kind of drag it down a bit, so just blend it into my foundation a bit more. And then the side ones, again, just blending. And then I try to bring this like up as much as I can, kind of in that kind of shape. Almost like a upside down slanty J. Again, with here, up into the hairline. I feel like it just gives your face a bit of like 3-dimension, because when you put foundation on, it just kind of strips all of the natural kind of shadows of your face and the natural contour that you have. And then, but by doing this, you're just putting it back there in the form of makeup. Okay, and now that I've blended that, I'm just gonna go in with my blush. So I used to use a cream blusher, and then I lost it. Don't know where it is, and now I've gone back to powder. But this is the Effin Cosmetics contour kit, and it comes with a really nice blush in it. It's like a peachy blush. So I'm going to use that, and then I'm just going to use the bottom of a sponge, just lightly dab it, and then give you a smile, and just lightly dab it on your cheeks, up your cheekbones like that, on both sides. And I do a little bit on my nose as well, just because, I don't know, I just like it. I love doing this with a sponge, with the powder, because it kind of puts it on a bit more natural, I feel. So next I'm going to set my face. Now I've been using the Revolution banana powder for quite a while now, and I've got to say I prefer it to a pressed powder. It is messier, don't get me wrong. It goes all over the place, and what I do with that is I go in with a sponge and I just kind of dip it in, get the excess off, and then I just kind of press it on, and you can see how it just blurs your face. And I do that in kind of the most prominent areas, so like under my eye, and then look at that compared to that side. Love it. And then again on the other side, and I'm just going to do this under my eyes, on my chin, and then on my forehead as well, just because they're the places that I usually get the oiliest, and then sometimes here actually, so we're just going to put it where we think. I do take a pressed powder, so for example today for the wedding I will take a pressed powder with me, just so that I can kind of top up through the night, but I very rarely have to do that anymore now that I've started using pressed powder and using a sponge to put it on. And we're just going over everything, and I find this also, because using a sponge kind of gives the contour just a little bit of extra blend that it might need. And we are satisfactorily, I don't think that's a word, blurred. So next I'm just going to be filling in my eyebrows, so I'm just using this Brow Pro Micro from Rimmel. It is a very, very thin nib on it, which I like, because it can give you a little bit more precision in where you're going. But I just kind of fill in the gaps, nothing too wild. Go in and then give the tail a little bit of a boost, down like that, and then that's literally all I do. I see people spending ages on their eyebrows, and I have no idea what they're doing. I know my eyebrows aren't perfect per se, but I don't know, it doesn't take me very long to do them. At the front I like to kind of flick some strokes up just to imitate some natural hairs, and there we go, the brows are done. And then I'm just going to go in and set them with the Got To Be, it's this one, it doesn't even say what it is, it's from Schwarzkopf's Got To Be, like the hair gel, and it's got a little spoolie on it like a mascara wand, and I'm just going to brush that through just so that they don't budge. For my eyes I'm going to be using this Morphe palette. I'm just using the colours that are in here. I just really like this one. It's got some nice colours in it, and this is the Morphe Artistry palette 5G, called Glam Right. That's what I'm going to be using. I'm going to be using this this gold in on the main lid. I'm going to use that for my crease, and then probably this one with a little bit of this one for the outer corner. So I'm just going to use a little flat brush with the gold. I'm going to pop that on the top of the lid like that. I don't want anything like too out there because, like I say, it is a wedding. It's not like a night out, so I don't want anything that's going to be like too overpowering. And then I'm just going to go in with a little fluffy brush and use the next shade, this one. I'm just going to very lightly go in. It just kind of gives a little bit of definition between the top of your eyelid and your brow bone. Sometimes I might actually grab a bigger fluffy brush just to blend this out a bit better. So just a brush that looks a bit like that, a bit bigger, just use that to kind of blend it out a bit more. It's like an angled fluffy brush, this one, and I'm just going to go in with these two colours, mix them a little bit and create almost a little bit of a smoky eye, but not too much. So just literally dab in one, dab in the other, tap off the excess, and then I'm just going to kind of place it on so we get a feel for where it's going, and then kind of bring it round. Lashes, I'm just going to be going in with a Pretty Little Thing mascara. This has got like a really thin wand on it, and I like it because it just kind of like separates your lashes. But before I do that, curl them. Doing this without a mirror is really scary, just to say. And then we're just going to go in with the mascara and just do the top lashes for now. So just pop this on. There we go. We're just kind of doing like a base layer because we're going to be sticking some false lashes on as well. False lashes that I'm using are these ones from Kiss Lash. I've used these for quite a while. I also use the Ardell Wispies, but any wispy style lashes I absolutely love, and I do like these because they come in a pack of 2. I've already used 1 pack, but I'm going to show you my trick as to how I get my lashes to stay on all night. There's no like flicky bits that you need to re-glue down. They go on really easily once you get used to the method. And I have not done my lashes any other way since doing this trick. Doing the basics where I'm just measuring the lash to my eyelid, and I'm going to cut a little bit off. I like with wispy lashes as well that you can see kind of the sections on it so you know where to cut. And I'm just going to cut one section. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut my lashes into three parts. So cut up the strip lash, do it into thirds, fairly equal, or as equal as I can. And then what I'm doing is I'm just popping the lash glue on top of the band. So usually you put it kind of on the back, on like the edge that you would glue on top of your lash, but I'm going to put it on top of the lash band, like that. And then I'm just going to leave that to get sticky and do the same with the other bits. So this is the part where the trick comes in. So what I'm going to do for the inner corner part that I cut off, instead of putting it on top of my lash, I'm going to put it underneath. So this can be quite scary the first time you do it, but trust me, once you get the hang of it, you'll never do it any other way. You're going to put underneath and stick it to the lash, not the lash line, not your waterline, the actual lash. So you don't need to worry about getting any eye infections and things, as long as you're careful with not putting it basically on your eyeball. You want to put it on the lashes as you would on the top, and then put the middle part on, and then the outer part like so. Just have a little play around with them, make sure they're kind of in the shape that you want. Because they are in like 3 bits, you can adjust them to your eye shape as well, which is why I love doing it this way as well, because you don't just get like a straight lash which just goes on the way it goes. You can actually play around with them and pull them off, apparently. Hang on. Okay, so I'm going to wait for them to dry just a little bit, and whilst I'm doing that, I'm going to put my bottom lash mascara on with the same one, the Pretty Little Thing one. Like I say, with the small wand, it just makes it quite easy to get on. And then what I'm going to do, actually, which I probably should have done before putting my bottom lashes on, I'm going to grab it's like a fluffy flat brush, but a really quite a small one. And I'm going to grab this orange colour that's in the corner, just dab some of it on top of the brush, put off the excess, and I'm just going to bring it under almost as a matching liner, just to about halfway. And then blend it in to the corner of your eye. And then let's redo that mascara that I've just messed up. Okay, so for my lips, I have a very specific lip combination that I really love, and I'm going to stick to it for the wedding, which is the Sweet Tea from Morphe Lip Liner with the Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk lipstick. I absolutely love this. It's a nice kind of like dark nude. I don't really overline my lips, if I'm honest. I just kind of give them a bit of a better shape. And then the lipstick. I love this lipstick. Oh, itchy nose. Love, love. Followed by a lip oil. So I use pretty much any lip oil. This one is specifically from Avon. It's a nourishing lip oil, and it does look like kind of pinky, but it's not got a colour on it. You just pop that on, and oh, how gorgeous does that look? Ah, yeah. And then the very final part to make sure that this makeup lasts all day is a setting spray. I actually found this sample of the MAC Fix Plus. I've got a little tiny bit left, so we're going to use it. There we go, use the last of that on there, in the bin, and now we're going to take these rollers out. Fingers crossed this works, because I don't have much time before I need to leave. So I'm going to start with the bottom ones, find the clip that I put in, hang on, and then I'm just going to kind of pull it out. Looks okay, right? We're going to leave it. I'm not going to fuss too much about what each individual one looks like. Just pull them out, and then we're going to sort it afterwards. So they might look a little bit wild, not going to lie, when they first come out, but fear not, we'll sort it out. Your lordship. So they're all out. It looks wild. Fear not, we're going to fix it. So we're just... Basically now, all you do is just play with it. Run your fingers through it. This would be easier if I had a mirror. Oh, there we go. So it's starting to take a bit of shape. This bit is a little bit thingy. Almost give your head a bit of a scratch. We're sorted. So this is how my hair is looking. I absolutely love it. But to keep it like this all day and all night for the wedding, enter my secret weapon. This stuff. Honestly, the Batiste Heavenly Volume Dry Shampoo, specifically the volume one, amazing. I've never known anything like it, because watch. So, hair before. Instant volume. Instant, without even touching it. So I'm just going to pop this through the roots. And it holds as well. It acts a little bit like a hairspray, because it kind of, not gonna lie, it does make your hair feel a little bit like tacky, but nothing that a hairspray wouldn't also do. So a little bit of that, and voila, we have gorgeous bouncy curls fit for a wedding. I absolutely love it.